Hello, I'm Blake Melton, and I am chair of Standing Boy Inc. And this video is we're going to send it out via email, and then it's going to be on the website, sort of on a temporary basis, and then eventually we're going to get something with a little bit more sort of production value. And we got to get some people besides me doing this because there are a lot more people. But this is just going to go over very briefly some fundamental things that everyone can do to help keep the trails great and help us keep things as good as they are right now and make them better. So first of all, be a responsible trail user. Abide by the trail rules. Don't ride the trails when they're closed. Don't ride trails that are too wet. We'll get to that in a second. Pay the parking fee. Riders join CVA SORBA. We get an insurance policy coverage through CVA SORBA, and the trails wouldn't be possible without that coverage, in addition to the advocacy and other things that CVA SORBA does. Don't litter, pick up litter when you see it. Don't alter the trails. Knock on wood, we've had very good luck with people not taking it upon themselves to cut down trees or just really, build new things or change things. And don't cut the corners. Those switchbacks and things are there for a reason, to help prevent erosion. And to be a courteous trail user, riders, let people know before you get right up behind them. Slow down regardless which way you're approaching. Everyone, please only have an earbud in one ear if you're going to listen to music. As a rider, you can come up behind people and screaming at them to try to let them know that you're back there, and they're oblivious because they have headphones in and they can't keep. And if all of this is too complicated, just act like your mama will want you to act when you're a guest on someone else's property. Trail closures, we're not perfect. We don't. The trails open at 5. We don't wake up at 4:50 every morning to see if it rained overnight. Sometimes we're in meetings, things are going on. We don't close after every single pop-up shower in the summer, just because that would be sort of tedious for everyone. So in those instances, use your judgment. If it rained at 3:00, give them a couple of hours to dry if it was a pop-up shower. If you get out there and the trails are sloppy, please get off. We make mistakes. We try to keep them open as much as possible. And sometimes we jump the gun. We can't physically check all the trails. So please help us. Then take some ownership. If you watch videos like this, look at the website and help other people know what's going on. That's very beneficial. If you see someone, if the trails are open, but say one of the jump trails or the bug is closed, and you see people on it, let them know in a very, nice way that, hey, trails are closed, we don't want to tear them up. A lot of volunteers work hard to keep them in good shape. And then this is huge. Help bring people to the trails. Take the time to take a new person out there to talk about them, so we can grow our user group. And then you can do some physical things. We can help keep the trail corridor clear after a storm. There are always branches, things on the trail. You don't have to get them all, but getting a few, cutting back some spring growth, and helping us pick up litter, both at the trails, on the trails, and in the parking lot. And we'll talk a little bit more about the corridor in another video. In the muddy spots, if we can walk, run, or ride on the low edge of the trail, it helps a lot. We can scrape or kick open some of those drains. It doesn't have to be a work day with a tool. And if you're gonna put anything in those muddy spots, rocks. Don't put sticks in there, please. This is riding the low edge of the trail. If everybody rides or runs through the middle, it gets depressed. And then we get a berm here and it holds water, which keeps it wet. And then you just get in this downward spiral. If people will use this low edge, it helps the water get across. Now, if it's the middle of January, this is important, but it's not going to, fix everything. But going, say, in December and then in late February and March, this makes a huge difference when things are just a little wet. If we can use this outside edge and keep it tamped down, it makes a big difference. Don't get hurt descending, but climbing, we should be able to do this on pretty much every single drain. This is on Hissy Fit, and this isn't necessarily the best example because this is easier to do on a drain. But you can take the heel of your shoe, or you can take a rock and just knock the berm off, or scrape a little thing, something away. And if people will do this on a regular basis during times of year where we see soil conditions like this, that'll make a big difference too. Everything doesn't have to be a public advertised big work day. Small things like this make a big difference. And then finally, sometimes you'll see a tool like this that was not dropped and left by accident. When new trails get built, there'll be some spots that are soft, and we prefer not to spend a lot of energy armoring them if possible. So sometimes we'll see if they harden up. So, come to a work day, make sure you sign the volunteer waiver. And then when you see these tools, help us keep this smooth and keep the berm off the edge. And we'll see if it hardens up and we don't have to armor it. There are not a lot of new trails left, so there won't be as much of this. But if you see it, please do help us. And then finally, going beyond just sort of the things you can do as you use the trails from week to week. First, take initiative. Like, if you can't make work days, trails@standingvoid.org. Let us say, hey, these don't work for me, but I'd like to help. And be patient with us. We're still all volunteers checking that email, but we will get back with you. Come to trail work days, group hikes, runs, and rides. We desperately like to get some more of this and more community. Attend them, organize them. And then if you have specialized knowledge, skills, or connections, let us know. And then contribute financially, which we've done a lot of fundraising, but by the time this goes on the website, there'll be some more information about that. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch. And if everybody did these very small things, which a lot of you already do, and it's greatly appreciated, but everyone started doing things like this, it would make a big, big difference. Thank you.